Every morning night I pray, gotta make it out some way. Put a smile back on my mama's face, yeah.
So, out of all the things, the charities and organizations, which one are you most proud of?
I say it's two things, because I say the growth as a person. So the first thing was always sickle cell, because as a kid, I watched my aunt. So like I said, my dad passed away when I was young, when I was 3 years old. My dad actually was a twin, but my uncle and my dad.
Your dad was a twin?
Yeah, fraternal twin. My uncle and my dad's relationship wasn't great. Yeah. So my uncle moved to Virginia. I saw my uncle probably like 3 times my entire life. So my aunt, though, lived like 5 minutes away, and my aunt would pull up all the time. Like, she was Jehovah's Witness, so she didn't celebrate birthdays, Christmas, and all that. But she would buy us stuff. She would fly us down to Florida to go see our grandparents once they retired and moved down there. So, like, my aunt was my only connection to my dad. Like, I felt like she wanted to fulfill some of those things. You know what I mean? So when I got into college and I used to watch my aunt, she'd call us and she'd be, I'm in the hospital again. Like, you know, then she went legally blind and she was on oxygen 24/7. Like, sickle cell gets in your body and it just starts tearing down your organs. So watching that and, like, getting to the NFL and starting to, like, doing stuff. And then, you know, a couple years ago, you know, the guy that helps us do stuff was like, man, we've raised over $1.5 million. And I was like, what? Like, it just blew my mind. And, like, my aunt, anytime I used to talk to her, she would just be so proud, because for her, she saw all of the family members through her life that had sickle cell, other people. So she was like, man, what y'all are doing, people don't do. Right. So that was definitely, and then as I got older, really like 2016, 17, when I was like, man, like, I can't keep tweeting about social justice stuff. Like, I gotta go do. Right. This just stuff that I've done over the couple years that I've been able to be a part of, like when Governor Baker commuted William Allen's sentence, like, this man was in prison for 27 years. Right. Like, 27 years, and he has life without the possibility of parole, and the governor just said, like, man, we're gonna commute your sentence. Like, for me, I couldn't fathom like his feeling
amazing.
of being, you know what I mean?
That's great work.
And that's big, because they haven't commuted someone sentenced in Massachusetts in 25 years. And then, you know, and Governor Baker hasn't.
It's a great tool to use. It's not saying that, you know what I mean, we messed up as a state and this dude or this woman didn't commit this crime. No, it's saying as a state, you know, this guy, he was a part of an armed robbery. You know, the other man did the killing.
And he's home, right?
He didn't do it. The man's been out for 11 years.
Yeah, the one that did it.
Yes, so it's saying.
How'd that happen? Because the man that did it,
he took the deal.
Okay.
So, but it's just saying, man, as a state and as a country, we failed with these laws.
And my thing is he still going to be on, like, lifetime parole? He shouldn't be. Yep. Because how is the other man? He's not on lifetime parole, right? Yep. And he's the one that actually.
But they look at it like he took the deal and you took it to trial. You waste our money, shoot, you gonna pay.
The other guy took the deal, but he didn't tell though, right? Did he?
No, he just took a plea.
Yeah, he just took a plea. Okay.
He pleaded down. He just pleaded the second degree instead of first degree.
So I don't understand that. That's kind of that is backwards. We got to fix these laws.
But think about this. So the only reason William Allen went to prison for life without possibility of parole is because of joint venture felony. Yeah. If we commit a felony together, whatever happens, we're both on the hook for it. Right. They changed the law in 2017. But when they changed the law, they said no one could get grandfathered. Right. They can't go back.
That's crazy.
Like, why would you say that? Like, how many cases?
If you feel like the law is wrong, then you change it.
If you change it, let's take time and go through these cases.
Right.
But you that's like in Massachusetts.
But you know why? Because it doesn't affect them.
But it's in Massachusetts. Here. But honestly, we don't publicize these cases neither to get our community like in that.
Yeah,
and
because when I hear it, I'd be like, damn, did you hear this? Yeah. Me and her go over stories. Like, yo, did you hear
this?
That's
why it was so unique that I jumped on this. Yeah. They probably wouldn't have did it without, you know what I mean? Like, I jump on it. I presented to the team. I want to say
thank you.
I presented to the team. Like, me being on it, it was like, all right, I know Governor Baker was probably like, here goes this dude again. Like, he's always into something.
Yeah. You just trying to get all the black people out of jail.
You know, but like, once Kraft got on it, and then Bill signed a letter, it was like, man, he got the big hitters behind it. Now it was different.
I want to go back to the sickle cell thing real quick. I want sickle cell was kind of like near and dear to me because my friend, he just passed away from sickle cell as we was talking off camera. My friend D, we call him D, but Dedrick, he was always happy. But you're not knowing like the stuff that he's going through at the time.
Can't see it.
I didn't expect him to, be gone so soon, But he was 44. He would have been 45 March 21st. He's my oldest son's godfather. And I known him since I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've been through so much trauma, it's kind of like, but then it just hit me. Because Wednesday, I went to the Celtics game. Shout out to Rose. She gave me tickets to the Celtics game. So before I went to the game.
I didn't buy them.
Before I went to the game, I always turn them down too. But before I went to the game, I went to visit him in the hospital. Because his cousin, she hit me up, said he's in the hospital or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I hit his mom. She's like a mother to me because like when I moved from that neighborhood, like around my way where I hang at or whatever, when I was growing up, I was always at his house. And, you know what I'm saying? And she fed us. She, you know what I'm saying? She let us have girls over and stuff like that. She was even talking about it last night.
The cool mom.
Like she's like, yeah, because she like, she had a, he had a younger brother. So she'd be like, y'all got to watch him. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. But I think that's big of you, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of that sickle cell. And shout out to D. I love you, man. You know?
And sickle cell.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, definitely, man. Sickle cell kind of brought me to the social justice stuff because with sickle cell, like your friend, I'm sure, when you have sickle cell, you get different crisis pains.
Right.
And when you're a kid, it's fine, but then you transition to the adult hospital.
Yeah.
So now imagine somebody that looks just like you and me. And they go in there, they're 23 years old, and they're like, yo, I need a pain pill because my leg, like I'm in a crisis. They're like, no, you're a drug addict.
Yeah.
Because you're a young black person
and
coming in that look fine.
Yeah.
So I remember when I started to learn about this with sickle cell, and you start to think, sickle cell affects about 100,000, primarily African Americans in the United States every year. Yeah. It's like, nobody donates to that. It only affects black people.
Right.
It's not cancer. It's not, you know what I mean? And not to say those things aren't important, but I always think it's important, as a black person, that like I support something that deals with our people, like especially something that's underrepresented, underfunded. Like people don't do these things, and that's why I said that has been something that's blown me away to be a part of because so many parents and stuff struggle because sickle cell is passed down from your parents. So like back in the day, like my grandparents, they had, I think it was my grandfather's brother, their kids had sickle cell. They came to the house, they're talking about dealing with sickle cell. My grandparents never said that my aunt and uncle had sickle cell. Yeah. They just kept it a secret.
It was a secret.
It was so taboo. So I've loved talking about it, bringing awareness. I think it's made a huge impact on people's lives, dealing with sickle cell.
I'm caught up in this fast life. Every morning night I pray.